What's up, yo? Big Cat 305 here. Today we are making ribeyes on the Blackstone. That's right, boneless ribeyes. The marbling on these things are beautiful. I cannot wait to show you. We're also gonna hook up with some mushrooms and some onions sauteed on the Blackstone as well to go along with them. And man, they are gonna be money. So everybody, if you're new to the channel, I want to thank you for stopping by. Make sure you hit that subscribe button down below and ring that notification bell. And if you're a current subscriber, thank you for all your support. Keep hitting that thumbs up and commenting down below. Everybody, let's get cooking. All right, so we start off with a nice, good-sized yellow onion. We're gonna chop this up. We are not gonna dice it. We're just gonna cut it into rings, basically. I find those go really well with steaks. Better than dice, because they're gonna shrink up anyway, and they're gonna caramelize. And we're actually doing half rings. Half is good. Chopped is no good, not for steaks. So we have our onions right here, nice and half ringed. And we've got some mushrooms pre-sliced and washed, courtesy of Publix. And we've got some USDA Choice Angus beef ribeyes, boneless. Look at the marbling on these things. Oh man, they came out great and they look beautiful. $14.99 a pound, but I could not pass them up. They were just too beautiful not to get. So real simple, salt and pepper. That's it. We're keeping it real simple here. We want to taste that USDA Choice quality marbling flavor, and it's gonna melt in our mouth. So same thing on the other side. Kosher salt, some cracked black pepper. They're not real thick. They're probably about 3/4 inch thick, so they're going to cook pretty quickly. I try to preserve the really thick steaks for the Weber kettle or a grill, something like that. But these are perfect for the Blackstone. I can cook a 1.5 to 2 inch steak on the Blackstone, but these are really where it's at. You know, there's no need to do anything crazy. We're just going to fry them up on both sides. So we've got our oil down, we got the griddle heated up, and we're going to put some butter down as well. A lot of you are going to ask, why are you putting oil if you're putting butter? The oil is the temperature control. The butter is for the flavor. So we start with our onions. Onions are down. You can hear the sizzle. We're going to season them up a little bit here with some salt, pepper, garlic. I like my steaks with onions and mushrooms. I like them plain, but I love them with onions and mushrooms. So once we put them on, we season them up. These do not take that long. A little bit of garlic powder as well. And let the Blackstone do its magic. Break them up with some tongs here, so they're not all clumped together. They'll break up eventually, but this is the fun part. This is where you have fun on the Blackstone. Just messing with the food a little bit. You could easily just let it sit and it'll cook just as good, but I like to break it up and make it nice, make it cook nice and evenly. And after a couple minutes, stir them around, you can see that caramelization beginning. And I don't want these to get too soggy. So what I like to do is I like to cook them to about, I'd say 90%, maybe even 80% done. And then just kind of move them off to the side. They're going to continue to cook. And I'm going to keep them on the Blackstone while I cook the steaks. So it'll keep them nice and hot. They won't be too soggy. You'll have the caramelization, and they will be perfect on top of that steak. So I'll move it over a little bit more oil, and a little bit more butter. And we're going to add our mushrooms. Let me tell you, the fact that they sell them pre-washed and pre-cut, and they're not that much more, man, I'll buy those all day long. And I looked at them pretty good too. They were clean. It wasn't like they did a bad job. I'm sure a machine did it or whatever, but it was. I'll take it. I will take it. They looked really good and fresh too. So why not? So same thing here: salt, pepper, a little bit of garlic as well. The main all-purpose seasoning goes great on all types of barbecue, griddle. And I add a little bit of water here. We're going to steam these up. We're going to steam them in their own. They're going to create their own little tent. We're not going to put a dome on them. We're just going to throw a little water in there, and you can see the steam coming up through in the middle. And they'll cook up in no time. And again, same thing with the onions. Not going to cook these 100% because then they'll turn tiny and mushy, so we're just going to do like 75-80% and just kind of move them over. Those onions are looking right. Look at those onions. Beautiful color. Great sizzle. So I turn those off on the left. On the right we have our mushrooms still sizzling through. I may have added a little bit more water there just to kind of keep them nice and steaming and moist, and look at, they look great. They are just about done as well. Nice looking color. This is pretty much the point where we want to finish them up and just move them over. Add a little bit more butter in there, give a little more flavor, kind of crisp them up on the outside a little bit. And then a little close up, you can see that. Oh yeah, those mushrooms look great. And that's it. At this point, they are perfect. So now we turn the right side off as well. One more flip. Get those juices in there, keep them in there, and move them over. So I've said it many times, the far right and the far left on this griddle are the cool spots, and the center is kind of the hotter spots. So we move over our veggies. You can see we have the veggies off, but that griddle's still hot. They'll stay nice and hot. We put down some more oil and then some more butter, and time for our steaks. You can see we're not being light on the butter here. This is not a heart healthy meal, I'm not gonna lie, but it's gonna taste good. We've got our steaks. I've been sitting for a half an hour so that salt gets on there. We're gonna get a nice crust. That's a medium high heat there to a high heat, and this is not gonna take long. We're talking about maybe 2 minutes or so on the one side. It's a little close up there. And then after we cook those for a couple minutes on the first side, we're just going to flip them over and cook them for another couple minutes on the other side, and you'll see the beautiful sear, and that's it. They will continue to cook. So even if they look like they're not 100% done, you do not want to have these on there if you like them like I do, like a medium rare to rare almost. So that's it. We flip them and we are done. We are going to go check these out right now. Ho ho, we got ourselves a ribeye with loaded onions and mushrooms sauteed on the Blackstone. Man, this thing looks delicious. We are gonna dig in, but first, a little close-up. Oh yeah, that steak looks delicioso. Let's give it a try. I'm gonna cut this sucker right down the middle, just like that. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Perfect medium rare. Wow. That is so tender, melt in your mouth. Oh my God, that is so good. Look at that. Let's get some mushroom and some onion. Everybody, that is amazing. You gotta try this out. So easy, very little prep time, very little cooking time, in and out like that. Saute some mushrooms, saute some onions. The steaks, basically 2 minutes on each side, and it is a perfect medium rare. Everybody, thank you for watching, liking, subscribing, and commenting, and we'll keep on cooking. Big Cat out.